The NBA has gone through a lot of changes since the turn of the century. The pace is faster, the players are more versatile, and teams shoot threes at an astronomical rate. Teams also play a lot smaller, with some not even having a conventional center in their starting lineups. That's why this season's Cleveland Cavaliers are among the more interesting teams to study, because they're doing the opposite, starting their two 7-footers, Jarrett and Evan Mobley, together. And so far, it's paid off. Are they onto something? Let's take a deeper look. So sit back, relax, and take this in. Heading into the 2021 NBA draft, there were a lot of questions about what the Cavaliers would do with the 3rd overall pick. The consensus prospect that was likely to fall to them was USC big man Evan Mobley, an incredible defensive prospect who had shown flashes of being an effective offensive player as well. The problem was the Cavaliers had already traded for their starting center, 23-year-old Jarrett Allen. Allen had also shown to be an effective defensive anchor, like Mobley, with some upside as an offensive player. And despite rumors that the pick was being shopped, the Cavs ultimately chose Mobley and still inked Allen to a 5-year, $100 million extension. And boy, has it paid off so far. The Cavs started out the season 9-7 and own the league's 6th ranked defense in terms of points allowed per 100 possessions, according to NBA.com. That is a staggering change for a Cavs team that had been bottom 5 in defensive efficiency since Colin Sexton was drafted in 2018, including being the worst defense in the league in 2018 and 2019. The players responsible for this material change are no doubt the Twin Towers in Mobley and Allen. So let's take a look into the numbers. Through 16 games, the Cavs allowed the 2nd most amount of shot attempts in the restricted area, which normally isn't a recipe for success. But opponents are shooting just 59% on those attempts, the 4th stingiest mark in the NBA, and the best among teams that are in top 10 for opponent rim attempts. Mobley and Allen are not making it easy when their opponents get inside, both ranking in the top 10 in shots contested per game. The 20-year-old Mobley leads the league at 14.8 shots contested per game, while Allen sits 10th with over 11. They're also doing it without fouling. With Mobley and Allen on the court together, the Cavs allow only 9.5 free throw attempts per 100 possessions, ranking in the 87th percentile. Put simply, the Cavs are not very good at the point of attack, but their rim protection is incredibly elite. Sexton, Darius Garland, and Ricky Rubio are not good defenders by any means on the perimeter, which leaves Mobley and Allen with the tough task of cleaning up their mistakes. It's similar to what the Utah Jazz do with Rudy Gobert. They funnel in players to the 7'1", 3-time Defensive Player of the Year, and he cleans things up at the rim. Cleveland is just doing it with 2 guys who can do some of the same things Gobert does. The Cavaliers allow 93.7 points per 100 possessions with Mobley and Allen on the court, which would be by far the best defense in the NBA right now. The great thing about Mobley and Allen is that both of them are also versatile enough defenders that they can guard in space, which means if they ever get switched onto a guard, they can hold their own for the most part, adding an even more potent dynamic to an already well-oiled machine. So defensively it works, but what about on offense? While it's undoubtedly still a work in progress, there has been a lot of positives to take away from the early season action between the two big men, especially because of the versatility that Mobley provides, with his ability to knock down shots and be a willing passer. This is rare in the current NBA. The closest thing to what the Cavaliers do would be the Pacers, who deploy a starting lineup with Miles Turner and Domantas Sabonis. But Sabonis is more of a small ball 5 than a traditional center. The Lakers have toyed with 2 big lineups as well, sliding Anthony Davis to power forward and pairing him alongside Dwight Howard or DeAndre Jordan. But teams only deploy those lineups for short stints, not full games like the Cavs. To make matters even more interesting, the Cavs' fully healthy starting lineup includes a 3rd player that's almost 7 feet tall, sharpshooter Lauri Markkanen, who they traded for in the offseason. It's unfortunate that Mobley will now miss 2 to 4 weeks with an elbow strain because he was one of, if not the front runner for Rookie of the Year, alongside Raptors forward Scottie Barnes. The Cavs in general have been hit with an array of injuries. Sexton will miss time recovering from a torn meniscus. Both Love and Markkanen spent time in health and safety protocols. And despite the Cavs' newfound success seemingly being derailed by players missing time, it's safe to say that even in a short amount of time, the Mobley-Allen experiment has worked. In a copycat league like the NBA, with more and more bigs being able to stretch the floor, it opens the door for more to try and replicate what the Cavs do. But it takes a required skill set and versatility that these 2 big men provide. So what do you think? Could this be a trend we see in the future? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. As always, we appreciate it. See you guys next time.